long time, about 2 months. It's been about 2 months since we kicked off the first ever Asphalt official clay series in the 410 sprint cars, and we have already come to a close. We're about to put a ribbon on this daggone season. It has been a good one. Clay series comes to an end tonight under the lights in Rossburg, Ohio at Eldora Speedway. Michael Mitchum, daggone it, just bought this 410 sprint car about 10 minutes ago. Sets the quick time, 12:77 for old Michael Frederick Mitchum on the outside of number 1. Leading the top line will be Gavin Austin in the number 4. Inside number 2, Jackson Carr making his return, and Aiden Schramm in the number 86 making up your fast four. We've got some news about Aiden Schramm coming up here in just a moment. Kyle Fahey rounds out the top 5 in qualifying. Nathan McLaughlin on the outside of number 3 in the 1-9 machine. Casey Weaver inside. Marty Schmela outside number 4. Chase Townsend and Daniel Mosteller in the number 87 machine will be rounding out your top 10 for our final Asphalt official Clay Series feature. Seth Gregory, what's going on? Wyatt Justice, wish I would have joined sooner. Daggone it, you would have freaking loved it. 28 cars in the sim right now for our final feature of the Asphalt Official Clay Series season. It was 7 races, that's it, and we have a champion. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Schramm, I called my shot at the very beginning of the season saying this kid was going to take it home. There was only 2 cars that were left in the championship battle, Aiden Schramm and Zach Hollinger. Unfortunately, Zach Hollinger is still on the road trying to make it home from work. He's about 5 minutes to the ETA to his sim. He is not going to be able to register, and he is not going to be able to start in the final race of the Asphalt Official Clay Series season. Congratulations to Aiden Schramm. You won yourself a daggone t-shirt that's going to have your name and a champion logo on it. We're going to talk to Aiden Schramm a little bit later on in the feature after all the action is said and done. A couple rules for tonight. 35 laps is the distance. They have 1 fast repair in their pocket. And all Aiden Schramm has to do is take the green flag, and he has the Clay Series Championship. Coming to it this time, ladies and gentlemen, on the front stretch here at Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio, in my neck of the woods. If you haven't been to Eldora in real life, you got to get out there. They have a brand new track starting state at 0%, so there is no groove out there, no cushion. And with all these sprint cars, 28 of them into the feature, can be carving out a racing line. Let's get it. Side by side, the iRacing official pace truck pulls off the speedway, this time by the number 1, Michael Mitchum and Gavin Austin leading to it. Let's get it and kick some clay. We are under green for the final time in the Clay Series. Jumping up to the outside already, you can see one already made a mistake. It looked like Nathan McLaughlin, maybe Marty Schmela back there as well. Through the cushion on the outside line, Michael Mitchum's going to lead lap number 1. We've got 1 car around, and we're able to keep it green because they are straight around him. Look at the battle here from Jackson Carr making his return to the Asphalt Official Series. Let's go ahead and ride on board with Jackson Carr as he's looking to make the pass. Looking to the inside of Michael Mitchum. He might have the opportunity to make the pass here in turns 3 and 4. Patiently rolling, slow slide. Not going to be able to clear him. Wheel to wheel into turn 1. Michael Mitchum and Jackson Carr. Carr clear. Mitchum falls back to the 2nd spot. He is staying committed to the top line while everybody else, like Kyle Fahey and champion Aiden Schramm, working the bottom groove. Both sides of the racetrack working for Aiden Schramm. We've got 1 lap car wheel to wheel to that 3rd place car, and Kyle Fahey going to go ahead and get clear and slides up off the wake of Michael Mitchum. 30 laps remain. Jackson Carr, Michael Mitchum, Kyle Fahey, Aiden Schramm, the Clay Series champion. Fast 4, Gavin Austin rounds out the top 5. Chase Townsend, Casey Weaver, Nathan McLaughlin, Marty Schmela, and Demos holds on to the top 10 for now. Back to it. We've got 1 sliding around back there. The number 16, Kyle Fahey, gets an elbow there from the champ. Aiden Schramm's like, I'll go ahead and take that from you, buddy. No harm, no foul. Fahey going elbows up. Got him side by side back behind him. Oh, the number 21 machine, Chase Townsend, bangs the number 4. Casey Weaver makes contact, and we have 1 car stopped off the speedway. We will stay green. Great battling for that top 5 position. Top 10 even better. Up here for the race lead, watching Jackson Carr carve out the bottom groove. Quarter second in between. Michael Mitchum with the power off at turn number 4. Looking again, riding on board. First time he's ever been in this car. Michael Mitchum from Roanoke, Virginia. Turning some heads early, gets to the wheel of Jackson Carr, bang, and open the door for the champ, Aiden Schramm. 3 cars under a blanket, Schramm, power move on the outside. Not only is he going to try to take it from Michael Mitchum, he's got it in second, looking for the lead, Schramm, up into the wall, 1 car parked. Yellow flag is going to wave Michael Todd in the 117. Takes out the champ, gonna have to burn the one and fast fast repair. He's got Michael Todd. Takes out the Asphalt official. Clay Series champion. Let's go back and let's see what happened to Michael Todd. Let's watch it at speed. Banging up in front, it look like map posts. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars flipping. Nobody can see him. We have eyes in the sky. However, nobody through the yellow flag. You see the suspension damage to the left front there for Michael Todd. He just parks it, trying to get out of the way. Schramm gets forced up into that line. And unfortunately, Todd and Schramm bring out the first bucked up caution of the feature here in Eldora. Jackson Carr still scored the race leader. It will be a double-double restart here for the restart formations with 22 laps to go. Michael Mitchum will be lining up on the outside of number 1. Gavin Austin inside number 2. Demos will be on the outside in that fast 4 position. Wyatt Blair rounds out your top 5. Paxton Brandon, Aiden Schramm coming back through it. Wyatt Blair, Brian Post, and George Karafidis. Brett Miller will round out your top 10. We haven't seen Jackson Carr in quite some time in the Mod Light 55 car. Ruben, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Jackson Carr leading him to the first restart of the night. It will be 20 laps remaining. DNF Hero, I appreciate you being here and welcome to Asphalt Media. It is good to see you. Great battle so far. We got a lap car going by on the inside line. Race control, scoring, all being held at the helm of Ryan Wayne as we get our first restart of the night. Jackson Carr fires up. Michael Mitchum right there in the wake. Looking down to the inside, 1 car, Gavin Austin, Demos. The Ally car on the top side. Demos looking to get around Michael Mitchum. He's going to be able to do it on the top side with 19 laps remaining. First and second with a breakaway 2. Michael Mitchum in the 3rd spot. Gavin Austin now battle for the race lead. Throwing the block on the top side goes the 47. Jackson Carr taking the racing line away. Another car stopped on the inside. We stay green. Riding off that left rear tire of the race leader in Jackson Carr. Every car that races tonight has a different approach to how they're going to tackle these tight corners here at Eldora. It's a little bit winding, but it's tough to make the pass. And you're seeing here why Jackson Carr absolutely loves the track position he's got, but he's got lap cars up in front of him, and we got a couple cars down, almost coming back up into the race leaders. Carr getting a slider from the lap car, looking to the outside. Carr opens the door for Demos in that bright purple number 55. Going to be wrecking again in front of the leaders. One on his lid. The wing disappeared. Dylan Christine brings out the second bucked up caution of the feature. Ta-ta! Thank you very much for the follow, as well as Jensen. Appreciate you being here. Dylan Christine forced to tow it back to pit lane. Let's go back and let's see what happened to Mr. Christine. You see the white and purple car. That's the lead. 2 tight bigs. Thank you very much for the 5 lightnings and the heart me's. You know I heart you too. And you can see the chain reaction wreck there right underneath the flag stand. Joshua Whitson. Ooh. That's gonna leave a dang mark. So race lead will be handed to one of the best virtual asphalt drivers we have in our series. Daniel Mosteller will lead them and be scored as the control car on our second restart of the night. It will be a 12-lap dash to the finish. Back in second spot, Jackson Carr has been strong all race long. Pretty good on the asphalt, here on the dirt. Turning some heads as well. Michael Mitchum was doing it a little bit earlier there. Set the quick time with Gavin Austin going to be on his inside in run number 2. And George Karafitas will round out your top 5 for yet again another restart. These races are quick. We inspire dicey moves. You got to be racy and you got to be on the offensive from the moment we drop the green. Battle of attrition here. We've only got 12 cars left on the lead lap as the iRacing official pace truck dives to pit lane, side by side, sliding to the green. Demos fires off. Working outside, Jackson Carr and Gavin Austin sit 1-2 as Michael Mitchum's trying to follow him through it. Demos has got to get up to the top side, and he does. Falls back to the 4th position. 11 laps remain for Jackson Carr. Carr in the 47, rolling the top side. He's been up on the cushion all race long. Adam Sarhan, 97. I want to say thank you very much for joining and welcome to Asphalt Media. We've got one sideways and around on the exit turn number 2. That was a lap car. You have a bird's eye view of it here of just how tight and how small this speedway is. If there's a wreck, the chances are that you will be involved. And Brett Miller brings out the 3rd bucked up caution of the night. Let's go back and let's see what happened to Mr. Miller. He was all by himself. There was something that happened up in front of him. This is at speed with the number 17 of Brett Miller. Oh, just taken out. Hipper 27. Top of the evening to you. Brother, it is good to see you. We have 2 more races on deck tonight. We have our 700th race that we've hosted here at Asphalt Media. 700 races. We're going back to race number 1. Next Gen's at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are extending the lap count just a little bit, and we're throwing a variable in there. Only 1 fast repair with 2 sets of tire changes. So it's going to change the way the drivers got distracted there for a second. It's going to change the way the drivers handle restarts in the initial start, especially trying to save those tires at the end. It'll be fun. Sammy, what's going on? Another restart here, 6 laps to go. Jackson Carr scored as the control car. Gavin Austin in that 8-8 on the outside, firing off. Let's get it. 6 laps remain. Another tower view of it. You can see the separation there from 3rd and 2nd place. Jackson Carr and Gavin Austin have ran away as we have a side-by-side battle back here between Gifford, Brandon, and now Mitchum in the 1. 5 laps remain. Great battle back here for that 5th position. Right now being held by Chris Gifford in the fast 4. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd broken away with Jackson Carr still at the tip of the spear. 4 laps remain. Anything can happen. If we get to the white flag, this race is official for Jackson Carr. Never venturing away from the top side. The cushion has been the place to be. The battle for 2nd here heating up with just 3 laps remaining. Gavin Austin to the inside, riding on that left rear tire one more time. 1 car slow. They're able to get through it. We stay green. Gavin Austin and Demos in the 2nd position with 2 laps remaining. 47 high, wide, and handsome. He's only got 3 more sets of left-handers coming to the white flag this time. Jackson Carr takes him to it. 1 lap remains. Presented to you by Spoiler Diecast. Carr hasn't been here in months. Comes back on the clay, right in his comfort zone. Almost goes down into the leader. The 47 leads him out of turn number 4. Wins our final feature in the clay series. Jackson Carr wins at Eldora. Oh, they even got pyrotechnics. Jackson Carr gets credited with a feature win. Gavin Austin finishes in the second position. Daniel Mosteller is our last podium finisher. Chris Gifford, P4. And rounding out the top 5, Michael Mitchum. Aiden Schramm finishes in the sixth position. Our 2024/25 Clay Series champion. P7, Paxton, Brandon, Wyatt, Blair, Marty, Schmela, and Brian Post rounds out your top 10. As we're going to get back on the asphalt here in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting to get Jackson into the chat here. We're going to go back a couple laps here, put it in slow-mo so we can get a good view of how he got it done. In the final race of the Clay Series. Interesting season there. Let's go ahead and hear from our race winner at Eldora, Jackson Carr. Jackson Carr, you got a copy?
Hello, I hear you.
All right, man, got a win. Fell back early. Resilient effort there. There was a little bit of chaos up in front of you. Aiden Schramm took one to the daggone face. You were able to avoid it. And once you got the lead, you had Gavin Austin. He was a little pesky there for a moment, but the 4.7 was the fastest car out there by a substantial margin. And unfortunately for everybody else, you are going to be the one to take home our final feature checkered flag in the Asphalt Official Clay Series. Congratulations, Mr. Jackson Carr. How'd you get it done?
Yeah, thank you again for these races. I love doing a little dirt when I can. So, yeah, I didn't qualify where I wanted to, but it's just... I don't really like these cars. I'm just not great in them, and they're just full throttle. And so I didn't qualify where I wanted to. Third, thought I'd do a little better than that. But once he got in the race, I kind of figured Mitchum, like, he's talented and all, but he has no idea how dirt works. So I kind of just used that to my advantage. Got out in front of him. Demos was the only one that really put up a fight when he passed me. I saw some guy fly by me on the outside, and then that caution came out. So I just decided to go up there the next yellow and took off and never looked back.
My man, it's good to see you back in the community. You were always a pretty good competitor when we had you a few months ago. Hopefully we can get you in a few more. We run some dirt every once in a while, and tonight I feel like you are one of the shoe-ins to get multiple wins in the future. While we have you on the horn, buddy, is there anybody that you would like to shout out?
Yeah. Shout out Corey Sonner. This is his grandpa's paint that I'm running. I run with him in real life. Shout out my dad for, the real life stuff. We just made merch, Jackson Carr Racing 55 on Instagram if you want to see. And DM me and you for putting these on.
My man Jackson Carr is your feature winner here at Eldora Speedway, and we're going to switch it up, waiting to go over to our 700th start of a feature. And as for me, I'm so cold. It's so cold in my apartment. My heaters are broken. Aiden Schramm, we're going to get the Clay Series champion on the horn. Champ, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Aiden Schramm, you are the Asphalt Official Clay Series champion. Zach Hollinger could not join, and we didn't want to change the rules. So 2 wins on the season, maybe 3. Kind of lost track of it. Every time you had a race that was password protected, there was nobody that had anything for you. Once we started opening things up to get a little bit more participation, it looked like you were a chaos magnet that allowed for Hollinger to catch up just a little bit with a couple good runs there. But in the 11th hour, both you guys missed a race. And fortunately for you, buddy, you had more points at the end of it to get crowned the first ever Clay Series champion. Man, talk me through it, and congratulations on your championship, buddy.
Yeah, first off, thank you. And then, I mean, yeah, most of these the non-password protected races like this one, let's be real here. I probably wouldn't have won that if there weren't dirty drivers, but that's besides the point. It's fine. I'm still the champion, so, yeah, and I also have a message for Zach, whoever. I don't really, the world doesn't revolve around him, alright? We ain't gonna bend the rules because he's 15 minutes behind. And, yeah, I mean...
Shots fired, Zach!
I want it.
Hey man, you definitely earned it. Like I said, I didn't want to bend anything for you because you ran so well, especially in the beginning. I didn't want to take anything from you. I just feel like it would have been a little bit more exciting. But either way, you are the champion. You know what? I'll get with you offline to get some details on like shirt sizes and everything. Okay, bud?
All right, sounds good.
All right, Mr. Schramm, go ahead and shout out. Who you got to shout out, buddy?
First off, all my family. For supporting and friends. I don't know if one of my friends is watching, but he might. Ethan Smith or B2K, I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, and then I'd also like to thank Fast Cash for sponsoring me, and yeah, he has some pretty cool button boxes. Go check him out, message him on Discord, whatever. And then I'd also like to thank Premier for giving me the opportunity to race and build for them, and yeah, basically all that jazz. And then yeah, really happy about the championship.
My man Aiden Schramm, you are a champion. Put your name in the history books, buddy. Aiden Schramm is your Clay Series champion. I gotta tell you, I think we got a little bit of potential there with some dirt leagues. That one was a little bit weird. It was only a 7-race season, like 6 or 7 race season. So it was a little weird. I didn't plan it out that much, and I ran it for a reason. Unfortunately, in real life, I was supposed to be calling a series, a 410 Sprint Car Series. That fell through, but we have another opportunity. I'm excited to share that with you as soon as I possibly can. But we're going to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway for our 700th start, or 700th, what is it, a race feature? What are we calling them nowadays? RGX 707 loading into Charlotte race now, saying his congratulations to the Clay Series champion of Aiden Schramm. Biggs, I have a inkling that he is Brad Gutierrez. From champ to champ, shaking hands. Brad Gutierrez in the chat tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Keep on tapping them screens, hitting that like, however you do it. We've got 100 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway coming up in just one moment. Thank you very much to our sponsor, Spoiler Diecast, White Rabbit Kratom Energy, as well as Bucked Up Energy Drinks. You guys ready to go to Charlotte? I think I am. A long one coming at you. And we've already got them wrecking. Short practice session. If you guys or girls would like to join in on our 700th race, just search Asphalt Media in the hosted sessions. Password is not on the docket tonight. This race is open to anybody and everybody. Charlotte is a free race track. Next gen, you got to spend some of that hard-earned cheddar. Right now with the fastest lap, we're watching him right now, Kendorian Davis in the HendrickCars.com number 5 with a 29.67. He's got some drafting help back behind him. Actually up in front of him with Marty Schmela. What's up, Chris Proctor? Jacob Kearns, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. RGX 707 saying, hey man, I'm Jackson Cottingham. I'm in the number 8 car. Let's go with Jackson Cottingham on the outlap. In the 3-Chi Chevy Camaro. Absolutely love that paint scheme. Love the sponsorship. I'm a little zooted myself. Two-minute warning in open practice before we're going to go over to single car qualifying. 5 minutes, 2 laps. Score your fastest lap time. You're going down for pre-race festivities to run a 100-lap feature for our 700th race. It's absolutely incredible to think that in 2 years, I've ran 700 of these races. That's crazy. 700 races. Nicely racing, saying I would join, but I can't get the cars that gone. This is going to be a good one, too, man. Next Gens at Charlotte is always a banger. See it here, 3 wide into turn number 3. Who's going to lift? Jackson Cottingham on the bottom 8. Gets up into the number 32. Everett counts up into the fence. 3 wide again. Carafita's throwing the nose in there. Cole Trudeau in the number 47 podium Chevy Camaro. Out of turn number 4, he's got an RGR guy back behind him and Nathan McLaughlin. "40 seconds remain. We have 5 minutes and 40 seconds to register if you would like to, and we still have about 8 spots remaining in our 700th event. This is where it all started, too. Hard hit. Can you believe 700 races? I mean, I get they're not real. I mean, they're real, but they're not real. 700 of these daggone things. Back in the day, announcers didn't have this as a tool. They literally had to go wait until they got the opportunity to call a race at whatever racetrack that they were employed at. And that's all it'd be. So the ability to use iRacing as a tool to practice and build your craft has been very helpful in 700 races. That's just crazy to me. Beautiful look from the drone of Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are in Charlotte, USA, and leading us out to qualify will be in the number 38 machine of Michael Mitchell. Let me do some freaking math here. So 700 costs about 50 cents a race to host. And that's not including like our long ones. Like this one right here, I think this one was like 75 cents or $1 to post just to be able to run. So I'm looking at anywhere from $500 to $1,000 just in purchasing races in those 700. As Michael Mitchell on his outlap into turn number 1, let's go ahead and ride on board with our kid from West Virginia. He's from Virginia, actually. Randy Trudeau, thank you very much for the share, buddy. And I think we got Trudeau, Cole Trudeau out there on the speedway. We'll go ahead and switch over to him after. We'll get to see the lap here from Michael Frederick Mitchum out of turn number 4 through the quad oval. Down as low as he can possibly get it. Probably going to go to the top, and he does. Sets the quick time on lap number 1 with a 30.03, 30.03 from Michael Mitchum. Let's go to Cole Trudeau. Man, Trudeau right behind him in the number 47 machine, just 1/100th off the leader's pace of Michael Mitchum. This is the final lap to score for Mr. Trudeau. Hooters, this is an open race. You are running out of time to register. This is our 700th event. This is a big one, 100 laps. At Charlotte Motor Speedway, just search Asphalt Media in the hosted sessions. You're getting down to the final few seconds to be able to register. Hooters like, I'm huffing it, buddy. I'm sweating over here. I'm glistening. Trudeau gonna fall back the spot, and Gavin Austin gonna jump him in the number 2. Wendy Chevy. Padone Uno Joseph Foster. I think he lives up here in the number 62. He's up here in Ohio, goes to the University of Northern Ohio. I believe it's in Lima. Takes out of turn number 4, P9 on lap number 1. Lap number 2 at the stripe, this time by Padone Uno, a.k.a. Joseph Foster, falls back, P11. Alex Coffey in the 1-9. P9 on lap number 1. Alex Coffey has raced in the Asphalt Official Series about a year ago, coming back here for our 700th feature. The 1-9 leads it into turn number 3 all by himself, completely uncontested, sliding out of the corner, up almost into the wall, gets tight. Lap time not going to count for lap 2 for the 1-9 of Alex Coffey. Chuck Kroll in the Flow Racing, number 88. Chevy Camaro on his final set of corners here in qualifying. Out of turn number 4, keeps it about a lane off the wall. There is no password. And Chuck Crawl falls to the 11th position. First time competitor in the Asphalt Official Series, number 37, having some mechanical issues there. The hood is bouncing on that boy. Johnny Malia in the lows, number 59. That's a beautiful paint scheme. Kind of reminds me of Mike Skinner back in the day. Kind of like a perfect mesh between the 7-time champion of Jimmy Johnson and old Mikey Skinner. Hooters, you are allowed to skip qualifying. Joshua Whitson, this is open, but you're getting down to it. 60 seconds left to register. Johnny Malia P30 on lap number 1 is going to jump 13 spots, goes to 17th on the Asphalt Official scoring pylon. Right in front of him, all the way from Hawaii, active duty United States soldier Matthew Reek in the Busch Light. Number 1, Chevy Camaro high, wide, and handsome out of turn number 2 down the Charlotte backstretch for the final time in qualifying. P16 on lap 1. Michael Mitchum back to the top of the boards. 29.64 sets the quick time with only 2 other competitors out on the speedway. 30 seconds remain. Oh, up into the wall goes Reek. P16 is where he will start the 700th feature. Corey Johnson logging some laps, getting those extra practice repetitions in. Knowing it's going to be a long one with only 2 tires to change. It's all be about endurance tonight. Hooters having some issues. And that will secure single car qualifying. Let's get over to pre-race festivities. And take a look at the starting lineup. Michael Frederick Mitchum, 2 quick times tonight out of 2 features overall. The number 38 machine on the inside of number 1. Yahir Rodriguez, our first ever Asphalt Official Series winner, won this exact race. Charlotte Motor Speedway in the next gens. He's our first winner, and he's looking to be our 700th race winner as well. Gavin Austin and Daniel Mosteller make make up your oh, that one was meaty. Rest in peace, eardrums. Gavin Austin and Daniel Mosteller round out your Fast 4 top 5 qualifier. Cole Trudeau, never counts, OG of the Asphalt Official Series. On the outside of our number 3, row 4 will be Kendorian Davis and Corey Johnson on the outside. Nathan McLaughlin, P9, and rounding out the top 10 in the number 19, returning Alex Coffey. 100 laps. Chris Ryan Proctor, I need some milk, buddy. I need and kick the tires. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, for the 700th time, let's go ahead and kick some asphalt. Out of turn number 4, tight. 4 cars under a blanket looking through the middle. Demo sends it 3 wide across the start-finish line. 3 of the best up at the front with Gavin Austin in tow. 1 up in the fence to number 99 of Yahir Rodriguez falls back relegates the podium as Gavin Austin's trying to squeeze in the depth zones. Number 38 Michael Mitchum looks down to the inside. 1, 2, 3 cars spin around the back. Oh, we stay green. Single file for your Fast 4. Finally getting it sorted up there for the top 5. Everybody back here in 10th on back. Absolutely. A freaking hurricane. And we're going to ride on board with this cat right here, Zayden Cortines. Inside line, we got one more car coming back out onto the speedway. Right now, Zayden Cortines scored in the 12th position. He's already up 2 spots just in a couple laps. Battling side by side right now with, I believe, the 1-9 of Alex Coffey. Then pivot, looking for a way through it. This is for the 10th position. Remember, these cars only have 2 tire changes as the 62 almost gets up into the fence, man. Joseph Foster almost took one to the side. Love the battles all over the speedway. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. The places to be is up at the front, top 5. Now we got one looking down the inside, the number 5-7 of Nathan McLaughlin. Let's go ahead and ride on board with McLaughlin into turn number 3. Backs off just a little bit. He's one of our biggest movers so far. In just 5 laps, Nathan McLaughlin has picked up 4 spots, and he is looking for more underneath Gavin Austin that time into turn number 3. Matthew Abunuska. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Everybody rolling the bottom line in turns 1 and 2. Got the line. McLaughlin looks underneath of, it looks like Gavin Austin yet again. In turn 3, he's going to be in the left hip pocket, man. 5-7. Almost got up into the number 2. So Austin survives that. Will stay in the 4th position. Michael Mitchum with a little bit of a tandem draft there from Demos. In the 2nd position, lap traffic imminent for these guys up in the front. Long race, you got to plan way far in advance. There is no fuel limitation, so they're running a fuel capacity that is completely maxed out, what they would be running in real life. So, in some of the races that we've seen in the Winter Truck Series, we have them running at half capacity on the gas tank, so it doesn't really allow for any sort of tire saving. With the fuel tank, you can definitely use the tire strategy to your advantage to potentially jump some of the competitors up in front of you. Single file down the Charlotte backstretch. Your top 10 as they run. Michael Mitchum at the front of this field. Demos in the catbird seat in P2. First ever Asphalt Official Series winner came on at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Yahir Rodriguez in 3rd. And your Fast 4 is Gavin Austin. Nathan McLaughlin rounds out your top 5. Chuck Qualkin, Dorian Davis, Cole Trudeau, Corey Johnson, and Ryan Wayne with your top 10. We got a lap car on the top side on the exit turn number 2. See those leaders scrambling now 3rd, 4th, and 5th trying to get down to the inside, and they're able to do so cleanly. Crisis averted. I want to say thank you so much, Randy, Trudeau, and Spencer. 7SW Duck, I appreciate you being here, and welcome to Asphalt Media. Lap number 9 this time. Michael Mitchum, side-by-side action here, riding on board with Nathan McLaughlin. I think McLaughlin's pretty quick. This is one of his best car and track combos. The mile and a half circuit is always where you're going to see this guy up in the top 10. Right now, currently scored in the 5th position. Already downshifting, so an interesting strategy there. As a reminder, these next-gen stock cars, they have 5 gears in sequential shifter in real life. Doesn't really matter too much on the sim. A lot of these guys are using paddle shifters on their steering wheel, but still, that extra 5 gears, we're seeing them already play with that downshift and the RPMs to potentially save those virtual Goodyear tires for later on in the feature. Chuck Crawl looking underneath the Cole Trudeau. Trudeau is pretty quick in qualifying, pretty quick in practice as well. Didn't get too many repetitions in, and he's going to be one of the only guys that's up there ripping the top side in turns 3 and 4. Eventually, that racing line is going to come in. Man, look at this. Top 10 under a bubble here, headed into turn number 1. Trudeau, look at this, making the top side work. Took it away from Chuck Crawl, and now he's looking for more on the outside of the 5-7 to Nathan McLaughlin, who's going to just have to roll over for him headed into turn 3. 47 has figured something out. That is Trudeau. Man, look at that line work. A little bit loose, shaky on the exit of turn number 4. He's going to get to the outside of number 2. Push coming from Yahir Rodriguez on the bumper of the number 2. It's going to throw the 47 up into the safer barrier. Trudeau up into the wall. These slower lap cars are causing fits for these guys trying to get around him. 2 and 3 wide. Somehow they survive. Right now, about the top 8 cars, about the top 10 have a little bit of a separation to this second gap here. Jackson Carr, who was our feature winner at Eldora just a few moments ago to close out the Clay Series season, running the Monster Energy number 35 Toyota Camry, currently scored on the outside of the top 10 in the 12th position. However, right now scored as a White Rabbit, biggest mover of the race, up 23 spots from the stop. Mitchum, Demos, Austin, and Rodriguez. Single file, no cautions early. We've seen a lot of our races go start to finish green as of late. I don't know what's happening. It just seems like these races get cleaner and cleaner, as now we have a couple RGR guys going at it side by side. Nathan McLaughlin tucks in behind his teammate there in Chuck Crawl in the Flow Racing number 88. So now Chuck Crawl is going to say, hey man, I see the 47 doing it. Venturing up the racetrack, playing around a little bit as Mosteller gets a little sideways. Crawl riding on board. Oh no, this is Yahir Rodriguez. So multiple racing lines now formed in. Gavin Austin squeezing with the vengeance behind the wicker bill of old Yahir. It's been all Michael Mitchum for the first 15 laps of this one. Sets the pace. Doesn't really need to push the issue here. Again, only 2 tire changes for everybody in the feature tonight. So right now, we haven't really seen too many moves being made by Mosteller or any of the guys in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. They've been battling amongst themselves. And right now, just riding around. 85, now 84 laps remain. Charlotte Motor Speedway is one of the most iconic racetracks on the sim and in real life. This is NASCAR country, Charlotte, USA. One of the funnest tracks to run on no matter what car you're driving. I think the next gens and Charlotte Motor Speedway, they synergize perfectly. They're tight. They're snappy, but on the flip side of that, they're so easy to lose the rear end once you lock it up or once you have any sort of tire wear that is getting down to the cords in the tires, virtually, of course. It's hard to hold on to these daggone things. It seems like they tighten up a little bit through the middle run, at least from my memory. It looks like they tighten up a little bit. It's hard to get the car to rotate the way that you want to. And in that, it changes the way you use your throttle pedal as well. A lot more off throttle time, and the lap times are going to drop probably about 1.5 to 2 seconds. But in the draft, everybody's keeping it nice and straight. More importantly, nice and clean. About 0.5 second back to 3rd place out here. Rodriguez in the number 99. And Gavin Austin, everybody just riding around. Ryan Wayne and the Nutter Butter number 39 from New Bern, North Carolina. Looks to the outside of Kendorian Davis. He's going to go ahead and pick up that spot. P7 of 4 spots from the start of this race for Ryan Wayne. Wayne, one of the guys that always runs the top side. He's got one sliding up in front of him. That's the slow slide from the number 57 and Nathan McLaughlin. So again, These drivers on the outside line have been able to pick up speed and pick up time, and more importantly, pick up positions. As we got a little bit of a dicey move there. Chuck Crawl looking to the inside of Gavin Austin. 5 cars in close proximity, and Austin can see it all behind him. The run from Wayne. McLaughlin, the 57 to the inside. Kendorian Davis lurking back behind both of them. Watching right now the battle for the 4th position, currently being held by Gavin Austin. Oh, bang, and Ryan Wayne goes around into turn number 3. He's going to slide up onto the racetrack, right in front into the lap of Jackson Carr, and Zayden Cortinez, the number 73 of Crosby's able to get through. Man, we were just singing his praises. He was doing such a nice job getting that outside virtual groove worked into the asphalt. And a miscue there, I believe a little bit of a miscommunication between him and Chuck Crawl in the number 88. It's going to force Ryan Wayne to wait for the tail end to find a gap in traffic, potentially having to tow it back to pit lane. That's what exactly he is going to do. Let's go back and let's take a look at it at speed. So Wayne and the Nutter Butter Machine on the outside. It's hard to oh, he drifted down, faded left onto the speedway, right in front of Chuck Cross. There was nothing really Crawl could do. Jackson Carr in that black number 35. Hard impact. And Cortinez, another unwarranted victim there, to bring out our first bucked up yellow flag of the feature. We do have cars on pit lane. It looks like all of our leaders have elected to come down to do a full fuel stop, and it looks like 4 tires. These 4 virtual Goodyear tires are going to come into play later on. I hope they know they've only got 2 sets. Michael Mitchum wins the race off of pit lane. Daniel Mosteller comes out in the 2nd position. P3 is going to be Ahir Rodriguez, Gavin Austin, and Nathan McLaughlin. Again, only 2 tire changes for these guys. I don't think the entire field knew. So that's going to hand the race lead over to the 1-9 of Alex Coffey. If my memory serves me correctly, Alex Coffey was a short track guy. He was pretty good on the short track every time we went out there. He's going to try it here on the intermediates. The old tires, he's got Kerry Carter right behind him in the number 6. Gonna look out for this guy right here, Kerry Carter and George Karafitis. It looks like we're waiting on some communication from our race control to tell these drivers Jackson Cottingham can go ahead and get his lap back at any time if he does not come down pit lane. You can see the wave rounds going by on the right side of the speedway. Wyatt Blair, another one of those guys, going to be going around the iRacing Middle Pace car. We're going to go ahead and turn the lights out this time by. We're coming back to it. 1 to green, 1 to green, 1 to green. You're going to have to watch, too. If you're behind the front row, you have to anticipate some wheel spin potentially. You also have to take into consideration that they're not going to be as good in the corners. They do not have the grip. There is a heat cycle on the tires, and even though they're up at the front of this thing, I have a feeling that we're going to see them get swallowed up here pretty daggone quick. Doesn't take long for you to see the speed difference and the amount of rubber that they have on their virtual Goodyears. Alex Coffey at the tip of the spear on the inside of our number 1, being scored as the control car on the restart. Kerry Carter on the outside of our number 1. Michael Mitchum and Daniel Mosteller, our first 2 competitors with brand new tires. Making up our number 2, Yahir Rodriguez, our first winner on this track and car combo. 700 races ago, we're rounding out the top 5. Gavin Austin, Nathan McLaughlin, Kendorian Davis, Marty Schmela, and Corey Johnson rounds out your top 10. Quarter of the way through it, coming to 76 laps remaining this time by. iRacing official pace car going to dive the pit lane. This time by the field is in the hands of the number 19 Toyota Camry of Alex Coffey. Through the virtual Geico restart zone we go. Green flag is out yet again. Austin immediately jumps down to the inside line. Had a hole there, but barely enough to fit that race car in. Cortinez goes around in the back. 3 wide, Demos working. Oh, sliding the 87 up into the fence. We have a chain reaction wreck down to the bottom. Kerry Carter involved. They scramble. They're able to get through the carnage, and we stay green. Opportunity for these guys to run away. Look at this hornet's nest in the back. John Crosby, Cole Trudeau, Corey Johnson, Marty Schmela leads this second pack. He's got, it looks like, Corey Johnson going to be able to get underneath the Marty Schmela. 2 and 3 wide, battling for the 7th position. Tight racing in the back, up at the front, it's all cordial. Michael Mitchum now has a half a second gap over second place. Yahir Rodriguez side by side for third. Gavin Austin and Alex Coffey just trying to hold on for dear life with those old tires on the outside in turn number 1. You can see how much faster those 4 tires are on the inside. The only thing is, the guys that got around him, Alex Coffey has an extra tire set, and you only get 2. Excellent strategy call by Alex Coffey. All he's got to do is really survive. Maybe by the time we get our next caution, in the top 10, he might be sitting pretty. This might be his race to lose. Second, third, and fourth. Gavin Austin in the Wendy's Deuce looking to the inside of Yahir Rodriguez in the 99. And McLaughlin going to go ahead and follow suit on the bottom line. Mitchum with the race lead, 0.3 of a second, and closing is Gavin Austin. With the draft help, you can see those 3 cars, second, third, and fourth. Austin, Rodriguez, and McLaughlin closing in quickly. And just like that, nose to tail for the Fast 4, coming to it, 72 laps remain. Sparky gets it. It ain't real life. There's nobody's in danger. Riding on the rear view of our race leader as it stands, Michael Mitchum. Michael Mitchum has over 100 wins in the Asphalt Official Series. Would love to get another big one with the 700th feature in the Asphalt Media. It'd be very fitting. 71 laps to go. Noah, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Jake, it is good to see you, buddy. 2-car tandems working together up there in the first 4. You can see the 47. Cole Trudeau has been very good. He's in that podium. Esports number 47 going to bump the 19 out of the groove. You rarely see the bump and run being ran this early in the feature, especially at a place like Charlotte Motor Speedway. But Cole Trudeau did not come to play. He is up in the 5th position. Coffey again in that 19 car on the outside line elected to stay out and save one of those tire sets. Right now he has dropped 9 spots since that last restart, which was 6 laps ago. So he is struggling and fighting that race car as every circuit gets turned. Craig Hubbs, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. I want to see some crazy racing up at the front. And I think we got 4 of the best up here in the Fast 4 that are willing, more than willing to put on a show for you. Sparky, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. James Beck, wishing it took those tires. Now you bet your bottom dollar. However, with 70 laps to go, dude, you might want to hold on to them for as long as you can. Because now these drivers up here that we're seeing run away from the field, they have a decision to make the next caution that we get. They're not going to be able to take those tires. Coffey's going to be able to. He's going to get back up to the front, and then it's going to equalize a little bit. You get a late race caution if you're that 19 car of Alex Coffey. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough to beat him. 45 going to need those new ones later. See, he gets the strategy. We got old Chad Knaus in the building. 45 Borowski knows what he's talking about. How many sets do they have? Old Jimmy Beck, 22. They've only got 2 sets, and they've got 100 laps to make it work. 4 cars broken away. They have about a 2-second gap to this battle back here for the 5th position. Our Christmas in a Cornfield winner in the number 39 machine, Joseph Tucker, finally has a little bit of breathing room over the side-by-side battle back behind him, and Cole Trudeau, and now Jonathan Crosby in that lime green number 73 machine. Let's go right on board with Crosby. '73 running pretty good. 65 laps to go next time by. Cole Trudeau has been one of the biggest surprises for me. Don't have a sample size on him. I think I've seen his name in here. Oh man, Crosby! Josh Cully to the outside! Where'd Cully come from? So again, after about 7 laps like we seen on the initial start of this race, you're starting to see cars jump up to the middle high groove. There's a lot of grip on those tar seams. It's just, are you brave enough? Do you have enough courage to try it? Because if you slip it, I know this isn't the clay, I know this isn't a dirt track, but you can slip the quote-unquote cushion, and there is a lot of marbles, and we talk about it time and time again. I say it as nauseum. Those marbles will suck your butt up into the safer barrier. We see it all the time. So drivers already beginning to play with fire here early. Chris Proctor, I say run the tires all the way to no grip, and I'm with you, man. It's going to take a lot of skill for these drivers later on in the feature. I mean, we've only got 60 laps to go, which doesn't sound... It sounds kind of like a long time, but it goes pretty quick. The way that this race has played out so far, how clean it has been. The one caution that we have had for Ryan Wayne and Chuck Crawl. Just a complete, uncharacteristic event between 2 of the best drivers that we have in the series. Gavin Austin looking. This is for your race lead. Austin side by side with Michael Mitchum headed into turn number 1. Austin in the Wendy's number 2, working the inside. Now the 38's going to be in a racing line he's probably not going to want to be in. Gets a little tight, throws some smoke on the exit of turn number 2. Now Rodriguez looking low, and Austin's going to block it into turn 3. They get it sorted out here. 1 car linked in between first, second, and third. Chris, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Asphalt Media and Out of Breath. It is always good to see you here, buddy. Thursday night for Thursday Night Thunder. If you guys would like to join in on our final feature of the night coming up after this one, we got 86s at Martinsville Speedway. That one's going to be a poop shoot, I'm telling you. It's not going to be fun to watch, but it's going to be entertaining for some of these drivers. Top 4 coming to lap 40 this time by. 61 laps to go at the stripe. It has been all Michael Mitchum. Gavin Austin has been in the 2nd spot all race long. Yahir Rodriguez 3rd, and McLaughlin's pretty much been this group right here with the exception of Daniel Mosteller, who went around earlier on one of the restarts here, currently scored in the 16th position. Right now, Demos is just riding around waiting for a bucked up yellow flag to come out on Charlotte Motor Speedway to get him caught up. Right now working on the Love's Travel Stop number 34 of Zayden Cortinez shortly up in front of him. Mitchum, Austin, Rodriguez, and McLaughlin continue to tick these laps away. Now 60 laps remaining. Tundra 104, and Chris, thank you very much for the follow. Chris Proctor saying, always hated that track. Always went through tires. Overused my brakes. Hey, buddy, I don't even touch the brakes when I'm out there. I drive my car all right front, buddy. I am plowing on lap 3. Single file yet again for the 42nd lap. Michael Mitchum in the Deftones, number 38. Can't sing this kid's praises enough. Was one of the first members in Asphalt Media. Built the Discord himself from the ground up, brick by brick. It took him a few months to get his first win on the sim in our hosted sessions. He got it at Bristol Motor Speedway. And I believe it was the car of tomorrow. And ever since then, he has caught fire and never once even blinked at trying to put it out. Michael Mitchum has over 100 wins in our series, and he's looking to get one more here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for our 700th start in Asphalt Media. George Karafitis right in front of these race leaders. Staying high, going to go. Trying to stay out of the way. Almost gets down into Michael Mitchum. And again, Karafitis way off the pace in that yellow and red machine on the top side. Goes a lap down naturally. Right now we have 21 cars left on the lead lap. We are already almost halfway through the feature. That's crazy. This race is going by quick. go through this field. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. Riding on board with Chuck Crawl. Already involved in one caution tonight, not of his own volition. Didn't take enough damage to force him to take any time on pit lane to repair. Currently scored in the top 10, but he is right now wanting to get out of this, anxious driving behind the wheel for the number 88, at least right now. 2x2 at about $1.80. Into one, the 47 of Cole Trudeau on the outside, the number 33 of Josh Cully. Looking at his iRating right now, this is the first time we're ever getting to see Cully race out onto the circuit. At least with our series, right now he has, it looks like a 4,000 iRating on this cat, so this is one that potentially could be a dark horse. He's running nice and clean, nice straight lap times for him, very consistent, and continues to work his way through. Man, packed in there! 3 wide! 4 wide for a moment! Oh my goodness, they almost get together and they almost cause some trouble. Yet again, they survive. This is the place where you don't want to be. I'm sure it's fun, but if you're trying to win this thing, kind of wanting things just work themselves out. Great racing back in the pack. Mitchum now has grown his gap to almost 2 seconds over Yahir Rodriguez. Gavin Austin has fallen back to the 4th position. Perhaps something happened to him as Yahir Rodriguez under fire from his teammate there in the 5-7. Nathan McLaughlin works his way to the inside, shoots the gap in turn 3. And Rodriguez taking the momentum. The high line is going to be able to clear him. And if you want an update on this guy right here who came as the leader on the last restart we had, does not have new tires on that thing. He still has the same virtual Goodyear tires he has started on. Alex Coffey is all the way back in lucky number 13, and he's looking to lose another one, this time to number 94 of Paxton Brandon. So if we don't get a caution quickly, potentially Alex Coffey could have some issues. He might be the daggone caution. Love to see it. Tight racing. Low stress, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media. Second and third on the speedway right now, in the white car is Yahir Rodriguez. The 5-7 and Nathan McLaughlin falling off the leader's pace just a little bit. 2.5 seconds to Michael Mitchum. Packed his bags, turned in his key. The 38 has checked out. He doesn't seem to be looking back. Let's right on board with the race leader, Michael Mitchum. Nice and smooth. Halfway at the stripe for Michael Mitchum and company. 50 laps remain. Nicholas Earl saying, hey, dude, he's gone. Steve Wyatt, I want to say thank you so much for being here and welcome to Asphalt Media. Michael Mitchum picking him off left and right, puts another one a lap down. Josh Cully on pit lane. So the number 33, who is making his charge to the front, he was up there inside the top 5. Josh Cully in the 3-3 tonight comes down pit lane. He is going to lead potentially the green flag pit cycle, splitting this race directly in half. Goes a lap down, though. You got to be very careful here. Michael Mitchum's going to go around him. Yahir Rodriguez still working with the 95 or the 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. Battling again, Padone Uno. Mr. Joseph Tucker stays out of the way of the top 5 car in Chuck Crawl, and Joseph Tucker goes by on the high side. Sparky, we got a bunch of kids in here, 12, 13-year-olds. These guys are good. These guys are very good. Nicholas Earl, thank you very much for the follow and welcome. Toothless 10R, thank you very much as well. The Panda Man 325, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Don't forget to click on the link in our TikTok bio to come directly to the Asphalt Official Series Discord. We stream Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays starting at 6:45 p.m. Eastern, and we would love to have some new friendly faces in our competition field. moving forward. This is the 700th feature that I have put on. It's been a good one so far. Lots of racing. These guys back here in the back, like this cat right here, Zach Hollinger, just praying for a yellow flag. Something happened up in front. Currently scored in the 16th position, missed out on the Clay Series finale. Gordon T, thank you very much for the 17. Cheer you ups, heart me from Nicholas Earl, thank you so much. Chris Proctor, Sammy, and Biggs, I appreciate all of your gifts tonight. Maybe I can replace my daggone furnace if I get a Galaxy, we'll see. Chuck Crawl, who scored on the lead lap. Corey Johnson blinking out back behind him. Some connectivity issues. 45 laps remain at the stripe for Michael Mitchum and company. Look at the left side. Look at the scoring. 4.5 seconds and growing. This kid is waxing the field. Cozy474, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media. Reporting man, Alex Coffey's picked up a couple spots, P11. So like I said, if we get a caution here for this guy right here who's still in the same set of tires that he started with, man, he is going to be sitting pretty. He's going to have 2 sets of tires in the remaining 40 laps of this race, where all of his competitors around him only have 1. I'm telling you, this could potentially work out for Coffey. He is playing the long game, and he is playing it well. Bobs, what's up, dude? Do you guys stream on Twitch? We do have a Twitch. If you guys want to support us over there, The Asphalt Media. We are currently not live, but we're looking to get some more followers over there. Coffee gets turned. Yellow flag's going to be away for the 1-9. We were watching it on our screen. The 34 of Zayden Cortines takes out the number 19 of Alex Coffey. Unreal, forced to tow it. It was his race to lose. And Cortines takes him out. We're going to watch this develop here. I'm going to take it from the lap before. I don't know if it was a retaliation or not. So I'm going to watch it develop here. It could have been just the tires were completely falling off. Cortines had a great run. Oh, yeah, it seemed like it was just fighting over the same amount of real estate. Maybe the 19 might have came down on him. Cortines might have came up. It might have been a combination of both of it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to try to ride on board with Cortines. See if there was anything he could have done. Oh, man. It doesn't feel like that was intentional by any means. It's just a bad stroke of luck. Coffey maybe trying to take away the racing line, maybe force some dirty air on the front spoiler of the 34, and unfortunately Coffey went a dream run to get the 700th feature. Checkered flag is unfortunately going to have to work his way back from the rear if he decides to continue. Leaders on pit lane. Let's see if anybody takes tires, and they do. So both sets of tires are used on all of our leaders. They do not have any more tire changes for the rest of the feature. Race off of pit lane. Michael Mitchum wins by a nose over Yahir Rodriguez. Jumping up to the 3rd position is Nathan McLaughlin. Gavin Austin, your fast 4. P5 will be Joseph Tucker, our Christmas in a Cornfield race winner. Chuck Crawl, Corey Johnson, Everett Counts, Jonathan Crosby, and old Demos, Daniel Mosteller rounds out your top 10. Okay, so Chevys apparently have... All right, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that. I'm going to pretend like I didn't see that. Turning the lights out this time. 1 to green, 1 to green, 1 to green. Blitz Ryu saying that was rough. That was 100% avoidable. Yeah, you got to be patient. Go ahead and pull in one of our competitors that's currently scored in the 3rd position. Let's go ahead and bring in Nathan McLaughlin. McLaughlin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
3rd place run now, running pretty good, battling for a top 5 all feature long. We have now got it to 40 laps to go. With that limited amount of laps remaining, what is the strategy to try to pick up yet again another victory for you, bud?
I think it's go time. Dirty Air sucks, and yeah, I want to try to get past Mitchum here, and yeah, hopefully we can just set sail.
Are you working with anybody tonight?
Clean.
Are you working with anybody tonight, buddy?
The whole top 5 is RGR cars right now. Hopefully we can, one of the 5 of us can win this thing. I mean,
well, you got a pretty good shot at it, man. Your virtual manufacturer teammates are going to be working with you. Good luck and Godspeed to Mr. McLaughlin in the RGR Chevy Camaro back there in the 3rd position. Michael Mitchum, I hear Rodriguez, row number 1, fast 4. Gavin Austin and Nathan McLaughlin, we just talked to him. Christmas in a Cornfield feature winner. Joseph Tucker rounds out the top 5. The iRacing Vito pace car going to dive to pit lane. 2x2 headed through the virtual Geico restart zone we go. Michael Mitchum in the Deftones number 38 fires off. Green flag is out. Tanner, thank you very much for the share. I appreciate you being here with us for Thursday Night Thunder. Oh, one hard up into the fence. That's the number 99. Yahir Rodriguez. Hard impact to the outside. Safer barrier. Quick caution. We are going back under yellow flag conditions here for our 3rd bucked up caution of the night. Rodriguez in the number 99 was our first winner. Came on Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Next Gens for race number 1. And he is here for race number 700. Hard impact. Catastrophic right front damage for the number 99. Let's go back and let's take a look to see what happened to him. Let's watch it from the restart. You see working the outside, Michael Mitchum might have threw a little bit of dirty air up on his spoiler. He might have got a little bit loose too. We'll see. Oh, yep. Snapped, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Same thing happened to Zayden Cortinez. He has been a magnet for chaos tonight. We're going to go ahead and ride on board with Yahir during this sequence of events so you can see this steering wheel snap. Look at that. Tried to save it. Couldn't do it. Sawing out the wheel for just a moment. Up to speed. RPMs were a little high there. Nothing doing for Rodriguez. So the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions. That's exactly what we have here tonight. Oh, Mama Tucker's in the chat. Hi, Mom. Biggs saying that was dirty air, and I agree. Wholeheartedly agree with you, Mr. Biggs. We will be expediting this caution. We will take him to the 1 to green this time by. And get him back in that double-double restart formation. One of the guys that we've been talking about pretty much all race long is this guy right here, Cole Trudeau. The number 47 machine right now in the top 10. He's down 5 spots from the start of this race. P10 for Cole Trudeau. He was fighting up there for a 3rd place battle there for quite some time. Got bullied, I believe it was by Chuck Kronk. Got forced up into the wall. The clean race car in the Podium Esports number 47 Chevy Camaro. Gonna have to lock in and go elbows up here, man. We're only 35 laps to go. What's up, J Deuce 85? It's good to see you. Getting to it, boys and girls. 1 to green, 1 to green, 1 to green. J Deuce, which announcing gig are you talking about? I got a few of them. Your top 10 is as follows. Michael Mitchum has been the car to beat all night long in the Deftones number 38 machine on the inside of number 1, but he scored as the control car. The 5-7 Nathan McLaughlin jumps up one spot to the outside of number 1. Fast 4 will be Gavin Austin and Joseph Tucker. Rounding out the top 5 is Daniel Stellar. Chuck Crawl, Jonathan Crosby, Corey Johnson, Ben Pivot, and Cole Trudeau round out your top 10. Oh, Jay Deuce. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. I did not get that one. However, I was put in a developmental pipeline, and I've got myself a regional series, and I still can't make the announcement yet because the series has not posted or said anything about it. So I'm waiting for them to announce me as the series announcer. Then I'll be able to tell you. So yeah, I aimed for the stars and I landed on the moon, buddy. Pace car on pit lane, 35 laps to go for Michael Mitchum and Nathan McLaughlin. Side by side through the virtual Geico restart zone we go for the 4th time tonight. Green flag is out. Blue leader 31. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Adrian, anyone in the top 10 have a change of tires left? Yeah, some. Oh man, Gavin Austin sideways out in turn number 2. Huge save for just a moment, and they are wrecking. Chain reaction. Kendorian Davis, Alex Coffey, Corey Johnson, Gavin Austin. Matt Reek involved. And Kendorian Davis gets it turned around in the HendrickCars.com number 5. He wasn't the one that I noticed off the rip. I seen Gavin Austin get sideways out of turn 2. And there's Austin limping along. I'm not sure if he took any damage there. I don't see anything. Maybe a little bit of a flare. Yeah, there is a little bit of damage to the front end of that Wendy's Chevy Camaro. I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a look to see what happened here. Got to get another quick caution. Watching it from a bird's eye, this is going to be a perfect view to see what happened and how much of a factor these tires are becoming. Yep, lost it all by himself. Pack and Samara was the 87 of Marcella, goes down into Chuck Crawl, up into traffic. Kerry Carter was collected, did not see that. Oh yeah, Austin, hard lick to the inside retaining wall to the rear end, took most of the damage at the front end. Watermelon saying, man, he almost held it together too. No, will there be another race after this? Yeah, we're doing some 86, some legacy 86s at Martinsville. If you guys would like to join, just search Asphalt Media in those sessions. There is no password for tonight's features. See what we got in the chat. Go ahead and pull in our 4th place car. Scratch that 6th place car. This is Jonathan Crosby. Hey, Crosby, you got a copy?
What?
John Crosby, you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, Johnny boy. Hey, man, you're running the 6th spot. It's been pretty tight battling up in front of you. You can see it all happening right smack dab in front of you. Do you think you got a piece tonight to get the checkered flag?
You know what? I think I have a good shot at it. As long as I can keep my nose clean, I think we're good.
Yeah, that's going to be the toughest part. How's the car feeling? How is the long run for you right now? I think you guys can make it to the end on fuel. Has your mind shifted there yet?
Well, I don't know. So, I was thinking, if I save a little bit, I can make it to the end, no problem. But if I don't save, then I don't know. I got about 20 laps and no saves, so it's going to be a tough situation for me. But we'll see on this next restart and see what happens.
All right, Mr. Crosby, time to lock in 1 to green for him. Mr. Crosby will be lining up on the outside of row number 3 for yet again another restart here in the 700th event of Asphalt Media. Coming back to the place where it all started, Next Gens at Charlotte. Sniper Guy, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Logan Hay watching from the UK. He's eating poutine. He's got gravy and peas on his eggs. But he's here with us on a Thursday night. He's watching. Chris Proctor saying, go for broke, man. It's just a video game. Just send it. Y'all think I'm silly. I'm still going to send it. Oh, Jasper. Okay, poutine. Whatever. Poutine seems like it's coming from the UK. You know what I'm saying? Just seems like it feels right. What they got out there in the UK? Beans and toast? They got beans and toast out there? What are you doing? Sparky, is there cash prizes on these? We do have money events every once in a while. Once every couple months, we throw up a cash prize. Our biggest race, I believe, was the Candyland 200, and we had almost a $400 prize on the line where nobody even really had to pay an entry fee. As the iRacing official pace car dives down to pit lane, it'll be 31 laps to go. Michael Frederick Mitchum yet again fires off. Green flag is out, and you can see the battle of attrition setting in. TJ Chambers 15 says fish and chips. Didn't even think about that. Good thought. Let's see. Drink from Scotland. Poutine is from Canada. Okay, I'm stupid. I get it. Sliding out of the corner goes the 15. Ben Pivot. 3-1. Rodriguez gets in front of Ben Pivot. He's still going to be wheel to wheel with the number 88. Marty Schmela. Counts. Gets a little tight. Going to be slowing up Schmela on the top side. Pushing to him. 30 laps remain. You got to go now. You gotta pass Mitchum now. McLaughlin's trying. He knows he's not going to get too many opportunities because we've seen what Michael Mitchum has been able to do with the clean air. He got out to almost 5 seconds of a gap and only took him about 25 laps to do so. So you can see McLaughlin, he's downshifting into the corners, trying to get those RPMs and use it to his advantage. Michael Mitchum just too good rolling. Let's go ahead and ride on board with our race leader, Mitchum. Let's see what he's doing in the corners. Downshifting a little bit later than McLaughlin. Sets himself into the corner before he throws that shifter into fourth gear. And by the time he gets to the start-finish line, he's back up into fifth. Less than a car length in between him. Carafita is coming back out onto the speedway. Skip to my Lou. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. It was less than a car length about a half a lap ago. Now Mitchum, a little bit of draft. The 5.7 looks like he got a little bit off sequence there trying to hit his marks on the entry to turn number 3. It was a little bit high. It's actually going to pay dividends to him. Right behind him, McLaughlin looking for a hole. Mitchum taking away both racing lines into turn 1, riding on board with second place Nathan McLaughlin. 11 times a winner in the Asphalt Official Series, looking to make it 8 dozen. McLaughlin, less than 2 car lengths in between him into turn number 3. Mitchum is just so much better at these racetracks than everybody else around him, and he's only a 15-year-old kid. 26 laps remain. Driving through it now. Demos has entered the chat in the Coca-Cola number 87 Chevy Camaro in the 3rd position. He's going to be one tough cookie to beat. All he's got to do is get right to the back bumper of Michael Mitchum if he can get around Nathan McLaughlin, which should be quite a challenge for him to do. McLaughlin's not going to make it easy on him. I'm really impressed at how close these guys are able to keep it to Mitchum. 25, ladies and gentlemen, we have started the countdown for our 700th feature here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 5.7 playing with fire down there on the inside line on that apron. Almost gets the left sides down. That would have set him up and wrecked the entire field. Fired Up Racing, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Look at Richard Hayes in here. He's the #1 fan. He's got his shirt off. He's got Demos painted on his voluptuous chest. Richard Hayes, Demos' biggest fan in the building. George, please ban Padone Uno. He straight up backed his car out on the track and ruined my race. Tattooed? tell me Dick Hayes got a Demos tattoo on him? Come on, that's commitment. Oh, McLaughlin playing off the corner in the right hip pocket of the race leader. 23 laps to go, and the intensity cranked to 11. Mitchum's going to have to block for his life if he can't run away. Riding on the rear view of our race leader, Michael Mitchum. McLaughlin with just a smidge of a run. Just cannot close in fast enough through the transition, though. Hit the apex pretty good. Carving it down to the inside line. Almost half a car length. Two's on the board, ladies and gentlemen. 22 laps to go. A little bit of dirty air for our race leader in just a couple laps here for the number 38 of Michael Mitchum. He's got some lap traffic. That is Joseph Foster, who's riding on the University of Northern Ohio, UNOH. Their sim racing program running on their sim tonight in Joseph Foster. Silly J31, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. 21 laps to go. The Stoop Kid shouting out Ohio as Foster almost gets up, opens the door for McLaughlin. Side by side out of turn number 2. This could be the opportunity McLaughlin needs. Into turn 3, sends it in there about as deep as it'll go. Gets tight, trail, breaking through the center of the corner. Michael Mitchum's going to have the nod yet again. Clear, 20 laps remain. Yeah, Stoop Kid. Let's run from to Columbus, Ohio. Where you at, Stoop Kid? Now another RGR competitor back there in the 4th position. Everett Counts in that purple number 32. All over. Putting a lot of pressure on Demos. Now the RGR guys, both of them, working their way up the racetrack. There is clean, and there is a groove out there. You can pass. We've seen it done earlier. Less than 20 laps to go. Richard Hayes, Atlanta, Georgia. Where are my Georgia boys and girls at? Stoop Kid saying, let's get tight, and it's tight there for second spot. Mitchum loves to see this. Demos working his way to the inside of the 5-7 and Nathan McLaughlin. Headed into turn 3. Couch probably not going to let him in, and he does at the very last second. So those two teammates working back there in 3rd and 4th. Nathan McLaughlin, Everett Couch, and now Yahir Rodriguez rounds out the top 5. Demos is going to be tough to beat. These guys have dueled. 1 and 2 have dueled, man. Michael Mitchum and Daniel Marceller have put on a clinic in their own respects. When either one is out of the race, you can always count on one of those two running to be the one to beat, but now we've got them both in the same session. This one's going to be fun to watch. 17 laps to go. Hey, Silly J31, thank you very much for the 2025. Skip to my Lou with the heart me. I appreciate you being here. Braun versus Curry. This is some Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady action. Eddie, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. User saying, I'm cheering for the lime green car. That's Jonathan Crosby in the number 73. The Stoop Kid saying that Demos, who's currently scored in the 2nd spot in that number 87 machine, may hold out to pull ahead. I think I might be tracking with you. The problem is, as you can see it there, Mitchum has so much skill that he can scoot away. You always have to be on the offensive if you're behind him. Single file out of turn number 4, coming to it now. 15 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been a doozy up to this point. Silly J31 with some bracelets. I appreciate you, buddy. Pokemon Hyundai, I'm going to the Coca-Cola car in 2nd place. We got everybody betting the farm on Demos. Everybody pulling for that Coca-Cola number 87 and Daniel Marceller. Look at this battle back here for the 5th position. Tied on each other, the 99 and 32. Wheel to wheel, some teammates there for RGR. Yahir Rodriguez in that white car as Tucker gets up into the fence in turn 1. Richard Hayes. How do you know? I don't know. I just have a lot of nosebleeds. Look at the block, man, by Rodriguez. Riding on board with the Christmas in a Cornfield feature winner, Joseph Tucker. "13 laps to go in our 700th event." Oh, Tucker. Tight to the inside of Evercouch. Forced him up out of the groove. Going to have to roll over there for just a moment, but he's got to be back up and lock in. 0.3 of a second. Michael Mitchum now has that much room between first and second. Gabe saying Joseph said he was going to win this. I'm holding him accountable. Serendip 69. We getting the siren in the next race. You know it. Vinny, will there be more events? Yes, we got the 86s at Martinsville Speedway coming up to close out the night. If you guys would like to join, just search Asphalt Media in the hosted sessions. There is no password for the remaining features of the night. 12 laps to go. 0.4 of a second and growing. That time, Mitchum slides up the racetrack a little bit. You can see it on the left side of your screen on the scoring pylon if you want to stay in tight with where these drivers are. 3.5, 3.4, 3.6, 3.7. Stalemate. One's on the board. 11 laps to go. TJ Chambers, we have events on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. For now, I announced a couple racetracks in real life as well as a regional traveling series. So it kind of throws a monkey wrench in the schedule, but we update it as we go. Don't forget to everybody that's new here to click on the link in our TikTok bio to come directly to the Asphalt Official Series Discord as we have 10 laps to go here at Charlotte. Yeah, the Stoop Kid's saying 38, just a little too clean. I don't think Demos is going to be able to run him down, but he's been holding pretty strong at 0.4 of a second. And you know the guy that's about to go a lap down up in front of him, that's Alex Coffey. He was sabotaged earlier in the feature, had the tire strategy to his advantage. Got wrecked out trying to stay on the lead lap. You know he's going to be tough to pass. Mitchum's going to come up on. Okay, I was completely wrong there. Alex Coffey stays down to the inside line, allows Michael Mitchum to go by on the top side. But look at the left side of your screen. 3.5, 3.4. And now a lap car buffer in between. 8 laps to go. Bro, I'm a Fridge Zero. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media Pokemon Hunting. How can you join? Just search Asphalt Media in the hosted sessions. Password is normally Asphalt. We don't have one tonight. The Stoop Kid, all the way from Ohio, baby. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. A caution would change the complexity of it. Just 7 laps to go for Michael Mitchum. Half a second and growing. Over the 87, Mastella riding on board with second place. Not really much he can do. Falling off a little bit. Looks like the car's starting to tighten up. AK Sharky, thank you very much for the follow. And a welcome to Asphalt Media. We have the 86s coming up at Martinsville immediately following this race. If you guys would like to join, just search Asphalt Media in those sessions. There is no password for the feature. Looking back here, the battle for the top 10 right now by Joshua Colley. Holding on to the position in the Flow Racing number 33. Was working his way up there inside the top 5 earlier in the race. And Gavin Austin, who now has not scored on the lead lap, gets up into the fence. Coming to it, Michael Mitchum just 5 laps away from getting yet again another victory here. Over 100. 5 laps to go from Michael Mitchum. That's Moosey Boy. Cuyahoga 12. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. Austin, great caution would change the game here. I kind of want to throw it myself. Hey, Jake, thank you very much for 9,500 likes. Mitchum working to the outside of Zach Hollinger in that purple number 4. Didn't leave him any room. Hollinger going to get tight. Oh, almost gets up into Mitchum. Opportunity for Daniel Macedo to close in. Could not get it done. Still 1 second with 4 laps to go. Crazy set of circumstances there. Oh man, counts 4 wide. This is going to be tight. Oh, the caution we were looking for. Potentially no. Crisis averted for Counts. What a save. We clicked over to it right at the perfect time. If we're going to get a yellow flag, it's going to be coming from right here, boys and girls. 3 laps to go. 3 wide. Corey Johnson pinballs. Unbelievable. Actually, to be honest, it's kind of believable, but I'm in the moment, baby. Oh, the 32. Something's wrong with him. Way high. Man, what a battle. 2 laps to go, just 3 miles remain. Watching tentatively on any sort of action to throw the yellow flag. Once we get the white flag, this race is official. Mitchum all by himself. He's got more lap traffic in front of him. I don't think he's going to catch him. Gavin Austin on the high side, way off pace, stays out of the way. No caution will wave. This race is official. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap remains. Presented to you by Spoiler Diecast. And Devious saying, man, the 38 is fast as heck. And he's got nobody in front of him. Nobody behind him. He has over 100 wins in the series, and it's looking like after 2 more left-handers, he's going to do it again. Michael Mitchum wins the 700th feature here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's go, Mitchum. What a race. Keek Lord 324 saying didn't hit a daggone mark all night long. Austin Gray, you got it, pal. From Roanoke, Virginia, Michael Mitchum's going to burn it down on the turf here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a race for Mitchum. Hey, everybody new here, go ahead and click that follow button. We would love to have you a part of the community. We stream Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 6:45 as the 14-year-old kid Michael Mitchum's going to burn it down in Charlotte, USA. Corey Mays, the cat that's winning the race right now, the guy that won, Michael Mitchum. And I'm going to go ahead and pull him over here as soon as he gets into the chat. We're going to hear from our race winner. Congratulations, Michael Mitchum, waiting on a post-race interview. I'd like to hear his perspective. Cheyenne, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media. It was a good old-fashioned butt-whooping for this 14-year-old. I think he might actually be 15-year-old. Ant Logel, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media, as well as Andrew Noah. Yes, there is another race. If you guys and girls would like to join, just search Asphalt Media in the hosted session. There is no password tonight. We're going 86 racing at Martinsville Speedway. Still waiting on Michael Mitchum. We got him! Oh, Mikey Mitchum, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
My man, 100 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We should have known it was going to be you or Demos to take home the checkered flag, and it came down to you two at the end. 38 was the fastest car out there by a substantial margin, and once you got the lead, you never looked back, man. Michael Mitchum, you are a winner yet again, this time for our 700th feature. How'd you get it done, buddy?
Yeah, another good, very good race with some of my favorite people to race with. Demos was a little damaged there at the end, so I think he would have had a better shot for it, and we would have had a better race there at the end if he had a clean car. But no matter how you get it, I mean, it's a good, very good win. I hope my paint scheme look good out there. I really like this paint scheme. I got it made by Chase Crawl. So if you're ever looking for a paint scheme, go to Chase Crawl Graphics. some of the best in the business. But yeah, it was a dope race. I mean, a very long one. It was tiring, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to ask you that. We normally run these sprint races. I mean, it only takes about 15 minutes to run our feature races. Having to add in there, it looks like you guys finished it in right around an hour. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, the sprint car was a lot to handle, so I think that has a big, like, a lot to do with why I'm tired. But, I mean, yeah, it was a really fun race. I mean, it was long. It's how I like it. I mean, I would like to see more races like these where, you really gotta focus on fuel strategy and like last night, but I mean even longer than that at Texas. So, yeah, this was. I mean, it was a blast.
All right, my man. You are the winningest driver in the Asphalt Official Series. I want to afford you the opportunity to shout out who you've got to shout out, partner.
Yeah, I want to, obviously, as always, give a big thanks to Mom and Dad. I mean, without them, I obviously want to be here. And I also want to give a big thanks to RaceCPI.com, best setups in the business. Head over there, get your setups. And also SimShop.com, go get your new equipment for your rig. And yeah, that's about it. RGR2, RGR's pretty dope.
They are pretty dope indeed. Congratulations, the winner of our 700th feature, Michael Frederick Mitchum. We're going to switch things up, ladies and gentlemen. We are going short track racing in the 86s. We're going to Martinsville Speedway. If you guys would like to join in on that feature, we're going to have 40 spots available. It's going to be under the lights, too. Oh, can you do under the lights in the 86s? I think you can. I think you sure as heck can. 50 laps out there at Martinsville to close out Thursday Night Thunder. We're going to give you guys 10 minutes to practice. We might advance the session if we get the chance to do so if we have a full field. But we are going over there right now, ladies and gentlemen. The session is purchased. 86s at Martinsville coming at you in just 1 second. Serendipity, what is a TikTok universe? I'm not actually sure. Nelson's Custom, thank you very much for following and welcome to Asphalt Media. Ringed Turtle, yo, that's a 14-year-old's voice. Yes, it is indeed. Loved it, super fun, says Corey Johnson. Our 1,000th follower, Andrew, and Spring Loaded 9000. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome to Asphalt Media. It is freezing in my apartment. That's why I'm all bundled up here. I don't have any lights. My light burned out. My life is falling apart. My cat died. Come on, man. Give me a break. Helen Prods, what's going on, buddy? Oh, it was a gift? Did someone send a universe? I don't know what a universe is, but that sounds like a lot. Session is created. If you guys would like to join in on our final feature of the night for Thursday Night Thunder, 86s at Martinsville Speedway, just search Asphalt Media in the host sessions. Password is not existent tonight. How you guys feeling? I'm feeling great. I got some Alpha Brain in me. I got some reishi. I got some Lion's Mane Mushroom. And more importantly, I got a Monica Lazinski. Feeling good. George ruined my whole entire strategy. CFB-Boy06, the TikTok ban is January 19th. Where will you be streaming after? Is that real? Because I've heard that for the past 2 years. Looking forward to the Asphalt Charlotte race this year. Waiting for the session to load up. And we got it now. I believe. Yep, we got to do an update real quick, and then we will be coming right back at you. Let me go ahead and do this update for just a second. Hopefully it doesn't pause the stream. That would be a buzzkill. Spring Loaded 9000. This is so cool. You're an amazing host. Hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I work really hard. We've been doing it for 2 years. We just ran our 700th race. That's unbelievable to me. It was passed by Congress last year in 2024. You know what? They're all a bunch of liars anyway. I don't trust the whole lot of them. Get into the session here. 40 spots available for the 86s at Martinsville Speedway. Would love to have some new friendly competitors in our session. And I am joining in now. Corey Johnson, Daniel Marceller, Gavin Austin, George Karafitas, Matthew Reek, and Nathan McLaughlin all loaded up into the sim immediately. Are they really banning TikTok? Is that real? Can anybody give me some insight other than CFP Boy? they vote on it? Because I've heard this for years. Joseph Foster saying it went through Congress. Well, it looks like my entire career is over. Hunter Coomer's in here. Everett Couts. Joseph Foster's in here. Nah, you still got Twitch. Yeah, I know, but TikTok's cool. All right, you guys ready to go to Martinsville? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go Legacy Racing in the 86s. George Karafitis in the number 86 Coors. Got 10 minutes of practice here. We will advance the session once we get a full field. Now it changes over to the Miller Genuine or High Life. Here's number 22, Gavin Austin. Austin had himself a pretty good run at Charlotte Motor Speedway just a few moments ago. Had a late wreck. He backed it into the inside retaining wall, and he just was never able to really recover. Gavin Austin doing a nice job. There's back behind him, Joseph Foster. TJ Chambers, let me go ahead and pull in the Mitchum again to see if I can. Hey Mitchum, if you're watching, can you type in the chat on TikTok what setup shop you were talking about? We got TJ Chambers wants to know. Gavin Austin gets turned. That's always fun. Here's Nathan McLaughlin. And the Heinz Tomato Ketchup number 57. That is a beautiful paint scheme. Someone called it out in the chat earlier, said, we have some beautiful paint schemes tonight. And I think these are even better, man. These are so nostalgic. Beautiful scheme on the 5.7. Here's Daniel Mosteller in the M&M's number 87. It's going to be hard to miss Demos out there. Richard Hayes out there. Got Demos tattooed on his forehead. Bold decision. Can't be mad at him. Here's the number 5, Yahir Rodriguez. First ever winner in the Asphalt Official Series, driving the HendrickCars.com, number 5. Hey, Mark Richer, 843, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media. Yeah, Richard Hayes has Demos tattooed on his chest in impact font. Bold, underlined, striped. Decrypted, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to Asphalt Media. TJ Chambers, I've been searching for it. Let me see. I'm going to try to get Mitchum in here one more time. I think it's called Setup Shop. If my memory serves me correctly. Whoa, we got a wreck. Here's Corey Johnson. The iconic baseball Budweiser number 8. 4 minutes left to register. And you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and send it. I want to get the race, and we have a field about 20 cars in the sim. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys in single car qualifying. Big lock up there by the number 8 of Corey Johnson. Here's Hunter Coomer in the Busch Light number 62. Daniel Mosteller sets the quick time in practice, 2086, 20.86 for Daniel Mosteller, a.k.a. Demos. It's time to go to single car qualifying. Tricky Chungus. God, I love that name. I think I'll name my daughter Tricky Chungus. And leading us out onto the speedway in the number 88 machine, Brady Life My Way Chevy Monte Carlo. Way out of the groove. Carves it down out at turn number 4. Let's ride on board with Marty Schmela. Schmela is a Wisconsin native. Look at him in there cranking that wheel. As far as it'll go. Good looking lap. Can he keep it off the wall? And he does. Schmela sets a lap and it will count. Counts to the top of the boards. 20.95. About 3/10 off of the leader's pace in Daniel Mosteller in practice. So Demos out on the speedway in that bright blue number 87 machine out of turn number 4, uncontested lap. And Demos P2 for 100s off the leader's pace in Gavin Austin with a quick time. 20:88. Now we got some tire temps built up in the number 87 out of turn 4 yet again. Can Demos jump one more spot? And he does! 20:79 sets the quick time. Daniel Mosteller to the top of the Asphalt Media scoring pylon. Here's the 5.7 in the Heinz Chevy Monte Carlo. Gonna pull it off. Practicing his burnouts for later. Gonna be starting in the 5th position for now. Here's Dalton Davis. Cowboy killer. When I used to smoke Cowboy Killers, Marble Reds and Marble Smooths. Yeah, I used to smoke. Not proud of it. Paxton Brandon. Midnight McDonald's. What an iconic paint scheme. I absolutely love that one. Here's George Karafitis in the Miller High Life, number 12. Lap number 1 is going to put him slow as Karafitis P17 out of 17. And 20:79 is a great lap for these cars. 50 laps, so this is going to be over in probably 20 minutes. You got to imagine the cautions are probably going to be pretty high. Keyshawn Claytor in the number 19 car. First time we're ever seeing him in the Asphalt Official Series. Currently 5th. Won a lap. 2/10. Almost 3/10 off the leader's pace. And Daniel Mosteller with a 20:79 quick time. Joseph Foster, we got one fast repair in this one. There's Corey Johnson playing with us here. Going backwards in the baseball Budweiser number 8 Chevy Monte Carlo. It's probably going to hurt the splits. I feel like I would get more galaxies and I would get more TikTok universes if I just had mammary glands, you know? If I was just a pretty young thing with some mammaries, I feel like I would get some galaxies. Here's Matt Reek in the Western Auto number 17 paying homage to Darrell Waltrip. Currently rolling around in the 10th position. He is right smack dab in the middle of the field for the starting lineup. We still have 1 minute remaining in single car qualifying. side by side, being led by Daniel Mosteller to the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to light the fires and kick the tires. Let's go ahead and kick some asphalt. We are on the green here at Martinsville Speedway. Whoa, Shmela Senate. Picked up 3 spots, forces to number 5. Yahir Rodriguez up out of the groove. Going to lose 3, 4, 5 spots in the process. Up in the front, top 3, single filed out already. Everybody's able to negotiate turns 1 and 2. Out at turn number 4, lap number 1 will belong to Old Demos in the number 87. Riding back behind, you can see this is Everett Counts in the Mike's Hard Lemonade Buick. Closing in, riding around. You can see, let's go ahead and ride on board with Couch through all this. So Couch hitting the rev limiter there in turns 1.
Caution, yellow
Oh, we got a yellow flag in the back, and I believe one of our admins threw the caution for it. And that is Corey Johnson in the number 8 car, who was driving around backwards in practice and qualifying. Let's see what happened. Let's watch that speed. Keep your eye on that white number 8 in the baseball Budweiser car. There was a chain reaction wreck. I believe there was one up. It looked like the Wrangler number 3 got up out of the groove. And then Corey Johnson might have just locked it up. Yep, single car got up into the 5-1. It looks like Keyshawn Clayton as well in the 19, who started in the 5th position, currently scored in the 17th spot. Also had an incident here. Going to rewind it real quick, see what happened. Oh, chain reaction again. Nathan McLaughlin in the Heinz, number 57. Turns Clayton. Oh, man, they were wrecking everywhere up there. So I want to say thank you so much to the admins that went ahead and threw the yellow flag for that one. I completely missed it, and that could have been catastrophic for everybody that was involved. 5 laps into the feature, our first bucked up yellow flag thrown on the Martinsville Speedway. Tight paperclip racing, absolutely.